Hi everyone, I'm Eric.
And I'm Christopher.
And we're Grow For Me Gardening. Today we're going to show you how we maintain the shape of our dappled willow and how we pollard our black pussy willow.
And just a little bit more of our spring cleanup.
Well, welcome to our garden. This is the east side of our home, and here we have our dappled willow, which Christopher went ahead and pollarded a number of years ago. And then every spring he comes out to maintain it, size control it, shape it, and he's going to walk you through that today. Some of the tools that we are going to need are our loppers and our pruners, some gloves, and our pop-up bag for anything that we cut off. And then I think we're also going to need to grab our shrub rake to
we
any
forgot
debris
that
falls down. Yeah. So Christopher's the expert. He's going to show you how we maintain the shape of this willow, because now is a great time of year to prune. And then we're going to head to the back and we're going to show you how to pollard a black pussy willow.
Okay, so first of all, what is pollarding? Pollarding is a size control technique for trees, or in this case, very large shrubs, where you're cutting the growth back to the same point every year. You end up with larger trunks at the bottom, and then you get new growth coming from the same place. So you kind of create a new lollipop every year. The reason I chose to do that for this particular dappled willow, sometimes I see it called flamingo willow or nishiki dappled willow, was it was just a big blob here. And knowing that we don't have a lot of shade because our trees haven't grown yet, we wanted to create a little tucked in hideaway so we could grow some hostas, so we could grow hellebores. There's Virginia in here, astilbe, lamium, lots of fun things that we could not grow otherwise because we don't have the right condition for it. So we made our own condition.
And I think what it also adds is some beautiful structure on this side of the yard that we didn't have.
Oh yeah.
And I'll say that I was skeptical at first when Christopher said he wanted to do this.
The plan was actually we were going to cut it right to the ground and coppice it, that different type of pruning, also a size control technique. But I said, you know what, let me do the pollarding, and if it works, then then we can keep it.
Yeah.
Or we'll just cut it to the ground.
Yeah, and if it didn't work, we figured we just cut it to the ground. So it was a great experiment. I'm glad that Christopher was brave enough to do it. And for that reason, we encourage you to also try it on a willow if you have one, because like Christopher said, if we messed it up, we could have just
cut it back to the ground.
And it would have come back anyway, because willows are just so hardy like that.
They absolutely are. And now in this case, what I wanted to do was create this canopy effect. And it ended up that I found a couple big branches underneath that had this rounded openness. And that was the goal. Over time, I've been trying to keep it about this height and prune everything back to here. But there's a few of them that are a little bit lower. So today I'm going to do something where I'm going to try to encourage it to get a little bit higher. But here's the basic technique. You just cut off the growth at the place you want the, let's call it the pollard, to happen. And that's here.
So take me back to last year or the year before when you decided that this was what was going to be done to this willow. How do you get it to not branch out here in the center, like in the bottom half of the shrub, and only branch out at the tip? So what did you do?
Oh, well, see,
I mean, I know you're going to show us shortly on the black pussy willow.
Yes. So basically, that you can actually see right down here. Here is a huge branch that was growing straight up through the middle. I cut it off. You have the option of controlling everything. And, nature, of course, will take its course. You can see here, this was last year's growth, 2 years ago's growth. So this is what happened in one
But how come nothing grows here?
Oh, because with willows in particular, you always have side shoots coming out everywhere.
So things do grow there, but you just kind of got to stay on top of them.
Yeah, so what I usually do is put leather gloves on and rub it. And it just sort of snaps the little babies off. That's the only way that I personally know how to do it. I'm sure there's didn't you say something about sandpaper one time?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you just want to, just kind of like when you're doing like hydrangea sanders, to kill those shoots that come off the bottom, you want to either rub them with sandpaper, you just want to damage them somehow so nothing grows. So things do want to push new growth, sometimes lower on the shrub, but you just take it off.
Yeah, and then this Oh my goodness, I'm gonna need the loppers soon. I'm just gonna keep taking after it at this same height until
And it looks so aggressive.
it looks so aggressive. But you can see tons of little shoots that came out.
Also, side note, I wish that our air conditioner was covered.
Yeah, when we planted the willow here, it did a really good job of covering it from one direction. That was one of the little bonuses of doing this pollarding, because the willows get so wide, it was encroaching on the air conditioning unit. If we were craftier, I feel like we'd make something out of all this.
I know. I saw
willow.
a TikTok or somebody did a reel where they took these and they twisted them and braided them into balls. I bet we could make these into wreath forms to put hydrangeas on in the fall.
So we're going to do something a little aggressive now. This front section is getting in the way of this limelight prime hydrangea and this cypress. You can see this cypress wants to keep growing, but this is in the way.
Oh, you're going to take this whole thing?
I'm taking this entire thing. I'm telling you, this is
exciting.
This is where the aggression comes in.
Are the loppers going to be able to handle that?
Yeah, why not?
The other thing about willow, too, is I feel like if we stuck this branch in the wet spot in our yard, it would just take root and grow. Do it! Please!
That felt very powerful.
Wow. Yeah.
I've actually been thinking about doing that.
Oh, it looks great.
All winter.
Yeah, I mean, from this angle, it actually looks better.
It does. And then the only other thing I wanted to look at before I let you have a turn.
Oh, I get to try?
Yeah. We always have to be careful. We don't want any of our branches growing into the house, and we don't want them going over the air conditioning unit.
Yes, we have kept it. It might not show in the video, but this is very open and clear over the air conditioning unit.
But yeah,
right here.
This is so crazy. Everything here grew in 1 year.
Oh, let me grab the bag for you so that you can just drop those right into it.
I'll grab the bag for you and you can drop things into it.
All right, this is
that's a big one.
I shouldn't start with that one. That one's too big. Maybe I'll come back to do that one with the lopper. Okay. I am shocked at how this comes back from this every year.
I remember last year, because it was such an interesting weather season, that I got really nervous the willow wasn't coming back. I really thought I killed it, but I didn't.
And I feel like we could take any of these little things and stick them in water and they would root.
They would totally root.
And plant them. So
yeah, keep going. Absolutely every single one of those branches will come off. So anybody who's afraid of pruning, this is a really good way to get those nerves out, because you just keep going.
Yeah, you can't ruin a willow, I feel like. Right?
Absolutely not. We've seen this particular kind of willow in our area 2 stories high, but just one solid mass.
To the ground.
Yeah, to the ground. And sitting here so close to this while he's in the background, you can see it looks aggressive. It is aggressive.
It looks
I'll
horrible.
even show you this one over here. I think this one next year I might make a little bit taller by trying to encourage some shoots to go up and out.
But you know why I like it that height? Because it kind of blocks the view as you're walking down and creates it
makes a little
hides
room
the
effect.
hydrangea room a little bit.
Oh, you're right.
Because we forget that for us, it's not necessarily eye level, but for the majority of visitors in our garden, because we're so tall, it is eye level.
That's true. Do you want the loppers?
See, these Coronas have it.
They have it. Here's some loppers. I wonder if using the loppers, you can just, well, the one to your left is going to take loppers a lot.
I guess I should put my body in the loppers. What would happen if I cut it here? It would just make this shorter?
It would just make it shorter.
Okay.
Which I'm not into. I want that to continue being taller. That's our great room window right there. And it gives just a little privacy.
Now that you've said that, I picture people coming over and being like, hello, into the great room window. Wow.
Isn't this amazing? That is a 1-year growth.
Yeah. One of the other reasons we planted this dappled willow here is because this is the one of a low point in our yard. I don't know if it was like a grading issue with the builder or things settled or whatever, but
it was kind of damp here. So I have not seen a dampness problem since. The plant is roughly 6 feet or so from the foundation, and we've experienced no problems.
all right, we've switched places. I wanted to take a moment and point out our hellebores underneath this are budding up, and we get all of our hellebores at Trader Joe's.
Over here, one of the reasons that we pollard for size control is not even for aesthetics, but size control is the vent for our fireplace. Certainly, you don't want willows growing into your exhaust fan.
No. We started off so conscientious about like picking things up and putting them into the bag, and now it's just a free-for-all.
It dawned on me that we're going to be cleaning up this area anyway. So
True.
I thought, well, we're fine.
It's so ugly when it's cut.
Isn't
like
it so ugly?
I know.
I mean, I love it, but it's so fun. This is going to be really satisfying. If you notice here, I only left growth on the top to encourage this kind of upward.
And it doesn't take too much work to stop it from, growing through. Like stopping it from growing on the bottom really only took like one or two
times of going through and pruning or snipping off the little baby branches that we're trying to grow. Look at that technique.
One more.
And you can actually see here, this is another one where the branch was going straight forward, and I cut that off last year to encourage more of the tree form.
I love that you're cutting the tiniest branches with the largest loppers. I think it continues our theme of the wrong tool for the wrong job.
Especially when I'm feet. And by that, I mean like 18.
Yeah, you could just reach right there and grab those. But...
Oh.
Phew. All right. Tidy it up.
One of the reasons, I'll be honest, that I started doing the pollarding is because I kept seeing it on British shows, and I wanted to feel like a fancy British gardener.
I know, they do have the nicest garden shows and gardens. It's such a part of their culture, I feel like. Ta-da!
We've done it!
Look at how gorgeous it is.
Eric, do you want to go ahead and grab the shrub rake, and then we'll do a little cleanup in this area and be
Boy, do I.
buttoned up. So when hellebores look this good, I guess you don't really have to take too much of the foliage away, but, oh, look at this.
They do look really good,
That was a piece of willow that had grown from the base.
Wow.
Gone. I am going to take after it a little bit here, just because I want to expose this new growth that's coming.
I love hellebores. I'm a hellebore pusher. You're a corabelle pusher. I'm a hellebore pusher.
He certainly is. And then you can see where this lamium grows in and fills in this area so pretty. So I'm going to just take out this. This particular hellebore, it must be our oldest because it's huge. There's so many blooms in here. Now you guys will be seeing this on a Tuesday. Today is Saturday, and we are having the first of a false spring day. Today is in the 50s. It's wonderful. It's fantastic.
Very different from last week's video, right?
And we're looking at, yeah, we're looking at a snowstorm.
Really?
On Monday, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So look at how clean and beautiful and fresh this is. Let me take after the 1, 2 more.
I think there's some here too. Oh, grab that, get that Virginia while you're there, because that is some foliage. What kind of Virginia is it? I know it's a new one from
Peppermint Patty.
Peppermint Patty.
Oh, I hope it's okay.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine.
Plants are hardy. Come on.
If it's not okay, it's a whole excuse to put something new there.
Right. Oh, this one's so pretty. This has got like a pinkish color. One of the fun things about buying plants at Trader Joe's is you never know exactly what the name is.
Yeah. I totally forgot we had ferns back here too.
Yeah, there's a couple ferns.
There's one right here. I don't know what that is. That's an astilbe, I think you just cut.
Yep. Wonderful, wonderful.
You just gotta enjoy. Oh no, there goes a bloom.
Did I get one?
Yeah, you just did a bloom. That's okay. You just gotta slow down and enjoy these moments.
As he says that as I'm going chop, chop, chop.
I know. I'm always so petrified that you're gonna chop your hands at the speed that you prune them.
Well, keep in mind, I just spent the majority of my day cutting hair, and I do go quite fast, so it takes me a second to get into my groove.
No, but you do injure yourself.
Look at this one. They're so pretty.
I feel like the hellebore price at Trader Joe's has gone up a little bit over the years. I think a couple years ago they were $9.99 each. And they crept up to $11.99. I think they're $12.99 each now, but still more affordable than.
I saw one that's almost identical to this for $50 for a 1 gallon online.
Wow. All right, let's rake this up. It feels so good to be outside.
It does. And this is like one of those real clean, fresh air kinds of days.
On our way out to film or to start these chores, our neighbors saw us and they teased us because they were like, it's a nice day, get out there. Because they know we spend every moment here in the garden. It's what we do. I mean, we don't go away too much in the summertime anymore because this is kind of our vacation destination. And we do our traveling in the winter, spring, and fall. We're going some really cool places this year.
Yes, some fun stuff.
Next March, we're traveling out. Well, this March, next month, we're traveling out west to do something super fun. And we can't wait to share that with you. The summer is going to be, for us, a super crazy fun trip that we'll take you along on. And some other good stuff is on its way. So it's a fun season to be joining us in the garden. What you lose? We can't afford to lose any more pruners.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them down the back hill.
I know. There's definitely some pruners in our compost pile that got mixed in with cuttings.
While Eric does a little cleanup, I'm going to flash up on the screen what this area normally looks like. And to think that it all comes from this bunch of nubs. All these fun little hellebores. So exciting.
So we ordered a new bench for the hydrangea room.
Oh, right. Our original plan had been to do a bench and not those Adirondack chairs. So we're going to return the Adirondack chairs and do a bench.
Because they got in a black bench, a polywood. I think it's like Long Beach or something is the style. It's the exact style of our Adirondack chair, so it's part of the same family. I just think a bench will be really sweet here.
Right. It's easier to kind of tuck into all these beautiful Annabelle hydrangeas.
So here is this area, tidied up as much as we're going to tidy it up for now. The hellebores are underneath the pollarded, freshly pollarded Dappled Willow. And this whole area will get fresh compost in probably late April. The edges will get cleaned up.
I'm
Well, that's
looking
super
forward to them.
exciting.
I'm really looking forward to those fresh edges.
And that, I know, and the fresh compost. And now we're going to take you to the back of the yard to the black pussy willow and kind of do this whole technique from scratch.
Yes. Oh, this is exciting.
So this is the back corner. So this is the northwest corner of our property. Back there are the woods. To our right here, you see a multi-trunk river birch. There's a green giant arborvitae. Some of our extra compost stored back there in the corner. And this is the black pussy willow, and it looks like there are some catkins.
Yeah, it's fun. Maybe we can bring some of these inside.
I bet we can bring a lot of these branches inside and put them in a vase. Are they toxic for cats?
No, I Googled that already.
Good. So we'll do that.
What I'm gonna look for in reshaping this willow into a pollard is how high do I want it to come off the ground? And also what kind of branches do I have to work with down there? There's a lot of really fun stuff. I think we're gonna lift this up. I don't think we should go that high.
I don't either. Can I give you some of my initial design thoughts?
Yeah, how high do you think we should go?
Well, so when I look at this vignette here, I look at that superstar of a clump of river birches.
With 4.
There's 4 trunks. So I think this needs to stay below that canopy so it doesn't compete with it. And I think we need more than 4 stems on it, probably 5 or 7 stems on it, so that it's also not competitive visually with the form of the river birches. I think it needs to be a little squatter and bushier, kind of like it is now, but cleaned up.
So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start by taking out any of the small branches that are down at the base that I know aren't going to be part of our shape. This big old branch on the ground, I took this off first because it was a crossing branch, but I think what's easiest is if I take out any of the congestion small stuff, and then I'll be able to see which of the big branches I want to keep.
Good idea. It's probably a little wet. Should we get a kneeler, or you're just going to go in there?
I'm getting in.
He's so much better about that than I am. I'm a little more of a delicate gardener. I like a kneeler. I like a glove.
I mean, I do have a glove.
Get a little closer. So like he said, he's in there just cutting off any of the small stuff he knows isn't going to be a part of the bigger structure.
Yeah, so any of, willows always put out tiny branches that don't grow out from the right spot. Just going to get pretty much anything green or red is what's going first.
Yeah. I mean, this has a pretty nice structure overall. There's only this one kind of wonky crossing thing happening in the center, but
yeah, we got to save some of these. These are beautiful buds on them.
Also, lesson learned, this right here is the carcass of an oak leaf hydrangea cutting. Too wet for the oak leaf back here. Oak
no wet feet.
Not like wet soil. I thought I had planted it high enough, but it did not survive. It quickly perished. Do not plant your oak leaf in moist, soggy soil.
Okay, Mr. Long Arms.
Long arms, but wide body. So we'll see how close I can get in here.
Eric, if you can, get some of those new growth pieces from the actual center.
Yes, I was just trying to clear a path for myself.
Oh, that makes sense.
I'm giving myself some breathing room to get in here.
Ooh, the black catkins are fuzzy.
Look, iris.
Yeah, there's a lot of iris in there that came from your parents' house before they moved.
This also really got attacked by Japanese beetles last summer.
You're right.
They were a big fan of this pussy willow. But to be honest, I'd rather they attack this than our roses.
Yeah. Who knew that this willow would be a attractor?
I know.
Wait, what is that called? Like Brussels sprouts that get the aphids?
Trap crop?
Trap crop. So this will be a pollarded trap crop. Oh God. Trap crop.
Trap.
Trap.
Crop.
Crop.
Trap crop.
You're doing a great job.
Oh, don't I know it?
I mean, even if we were just pruning it, this is a great way to just prune, lighten the load of the shrub.
Again, I was like, oh, this could go to the ground, but We're going to do that cool technique on it so that
Yeah,
we can
but why don't you
underplant
have
it.
some fun?
Yeah.
That's your height. No
This
higher
right
than,
here?
That's your height. Now, this is the other.
Oh, what do I do? Do I cut here?
You cut it. This is teamwork. That's the right. Yeah, that's the height.
I feel like that branch will come out, right? This one will stay.
That one has a weird, like, split on the branch, but it's the right choice to keep it. No, you're right. The one you're holding should go.
Okay, so would you mind handing me the loppers and I'll lop it out?
All right, so we're trying to decide on this branch here what to do.
Well, we want it to be the same height as this one, right?
Yes.
So maybe here is where we cut it?
I think, yes, that's the one.
There?
Yes, do it. Wherever you end is where we're going to train this plant to be.
And then we'll cut this one out?
Yep, that's going.
Is it randomly raining right now?
Yes, it is randomly starting to rain on us. Oh, that was such a good branch.
A good one to take out? Or
yes,
I
a good one to take out.
I can't put it back. Oh, I can get that branch a little... It's hiding.
So as you can see, everyone, this is
Brutal.
a brutal, crazy process that takes some thought, but again, we could cut this to the ground if we decide we don't like it, because that's just the nature of willows. And we already have some plans to coppice other plants, so this is a great way for us to try other pruning techniques.
Is that a weed?
Grab that weed.
Is it a weed?
That's a weed.
We're sure?
Yeah. I know what's under there. That looks, wait, was that a, oh, it's a hydrangea bloom stuck to a piece of willow. I was going to say, if we've got hydrangeas rooting in the pussy willow, geez.
Oh, that one can get cut here.
I think he's starting to like it, everybody.
I do love a pruning. This one is.
Yeah, see how there's weird crossing branches and stuff? Get rid of it. That doesn't add to our tree.
We've traded places.
You can get back to it, but there's two of them that I know need to go.
And how do you know?
I know because this is weak growth. It's growing in funny directions that do not participate in the shape we want.
Oh, it's that one I was thinking about earlier.
Great minds think alike. Just trying not to damage the
ones around it.
Yeah, the trunk behind it.
Oh, you got it.
Okay.
Actually, I think this one too should go. This one should go. I'm pretty sure this one should go.
Yes. Because this here, see this one right here? This is the great shape.
Yeah. So take this one.
Yeah.
Please. Hopefully you guys are finding this video helpful. I find like when we tried to look up pollarding videos, it was a lot of
big trees.
And very knowledgeable British people who it's such a part of their culture that they were just like, and that's how you do it. And then they were done. And I was like, oh, okay. Good luck.
And now from that view, Eric, can you see how it's starting to look?
Yes. I think these front two right here need to come off.
Yeah, this branch is the new front. That's a
definite keep.
That's the new front.
So
what about
two
this?
in front of that? We'll leave that for now. I think it's going to end up coming off, though.
This.
That definitely, and the one in front of it for sure.
Wow, it's so hard to get the loppers around.
Looking amazing. It's probably pretty hard to see on camera, though. I think you got to open those a little wider, Christopher. Yeah, wider. Good.
Where's that pruning saw?
I dropped it on the ground,
Haha.
which I shouldn't do because that's how they always end up in the compost heap. Because they get raked up and then we throw them away.
Remember, you have those ones I got you for Christmas.
Oh yeah, you did get me some.
I bought you those because they're Bunny Guinness's selection.
Oh. Did you know that Bunny Guinness is David Austin's niece?
What?
Yes. That is a gardening family.
Did you know that she helped King Charles design his garden?
I did not, but I'm not surprised. She's all up in the royal garden biz. This branch right here is throwing me. Oh, there you go. For a visual loop.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
So this one is out.
Like Project Runway. One day you are in and the next day you are out.
Yep.
So different.
I know. Okay. So we know this one's staying. Right?
Yep. So lift it up.
You lift me up so you can plant
a willow.
hibiscus. Are we going this way or this way?
Out.
We're going to keep this one?
No. We're going
to keep this one.
No. We're going to keep this.
So I'm cutting this one off.
Yes. This is so much fun. Nope, cut lower than that. Cut that next knob.
This?
Right there. Cut right there.
Or here?
No.
Here.
There.
This one or this one? Are we
We
keeping?
are keeping the back one.
Yeah, we'll cut the front one off.
Yes. You realize that we've created a corner of the garden right now. Like there's all of this space below Eric's feet just became free.
Yeah.
See, when people say we're going to run out of room for our garden, we just pollard a tree and turn it into something else. Go with the straight up one. Perfect.
I'm getting the hang of it. So you have taught me how to pollard in this video. So I'm assuming everyone that's watching knows how to pollard.
Everyone's an expert. This is the secret. There is no secret. You really just find a height you like, create branching that you like.
We're keeping this one, right?
We might not keep that one. That one might go.
You think it's going to go?
I think it might go. You'll see why.
Is it because we're keeping this one?
Correct.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's probably got to go, right?
Yep. And the
then
other
it'll
one.
Open the center.
Now, here's the crazy thing. He can't see it from his view. Yes, we're going to open the center. And that's going to be good for airflow, and no one even misses that one. The one that needs to go next is this guy right here on the right-hand side. That low one going out to the right.
This one right here?
Nope, to the right.
This one?
Of the shrub.
To the right of the shrub?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not there yet.
You're not there yet. We'll go over there.
I'm working my way around. We're keeping this one, right?
That's staying.
And then we're going to top it here?
Higher.
Higher?
Just a little higher than that. Because it's the front, and that area gets so deep.
Okay. You think up here?
I think there.
That's pretty high. Do you think that'll be in scale with all the other branches?
What I think you should do is actually cut these two right there. And then everything else goes too. You'll see why when you step back. Yeah.
I disobeyed you and made an executive decision.
Uh-huh, he totally did the opposite.
Wow, okay. Now where?
This
Not that I'm going to do what you say,
The huge
clearly.
one on the bottom to the right.
But this will be proof. If this is all jacked up in the spring, we'll know that I was wrong and Christopher was right.
I'd never mention it though.
I would.
No,
This
but-
one?
Yep, that's the one. Take that big one.
This one is going to require
The saw, yeah.
I split my jeans?
Did you split your jeans?
I don't know.
Did you split
I
them?
don't think I did. They're very stretchy. They're Banana Republic.
They're very stretchy.
Oh, no. The Willow is patting me on the butt when I bend over.
Oh, wow. Yep, here he is. Here he is, folks.
Wait, where's that saw thing? I have split my pants numerous times in my life.
Oh, I'm so excited. The shape is looking so good.
This one, right? This one?
That's the one. I think our pruning saw is dull.
It's something.
It is bendy. It is wrong.
It's not my dream saw.
Okay, while you're there with the saw,
Oh my god.
the one that's straight ahead of you pointing towards the back.
That
Nope,
one? This one.
not that one.
This one.
That one. Take that one.
Okay. This is like using a butter knife to cut this willow.
It really does feel like using a butter knife.
Felco 600.
Yeah. It's literally bending in half.
Well, I can understand it bending, but like the lack of sharpness is what confuses me. And how do you sharpen these?
That's a good question.
I'm getting winded.
You're almost done. That's the last one to go.
Is it?
No,
I feel-
that one has to go. Got it.
All right, give me something to cut this stuff with.
Loppers?
Let me get the little stuff.
All right. Get in there, snip the little stuff out.
Okay, so we're keeping this one.
Yep. So let's... I think you know what you could do is cut a lot of little branches now, and then we'll get our final shape based off of the little things you cut. Lesson of the day, cut little things first before you get too deep into it, because it makes it easier. Yes, we're aware we're going to lose the blooms for the year.
Yeah, maybe we'll put some of these inside in a vase. How's that?
It's looking so good. Oh, let's go back over here. We haven't looked in a minute. Wow. The architecture, the beauty, the shaping.
Black pussy willow. Time to switch.
So I'm going to take
Ooh, looks so naked.
this here. And this here. How do you feel about keeping this in the back?
I think we should keep that in the back and cut that one that's closer up off. That right there, yeah. Yeah.
And then go straight up to here?
Yes. Perfect.
Here?
Sure. That's a little spirea hedge behind it. That spirea hedge was installed in our foundation bed when we moved in. So we don't know what kind it is. It's just one of those things that we moved.
It's like neon splash or one of those.
Perfectly where it is.
I think I take this.
Yes. Ooh, all right. I think the branch closer to you now is going to be a little tall compared to that one. Yeah.
I'm in the tree.
Too short. Oh wow. It'll grow.
Yeah, it will. Okay, I think we keep here and take this.
Yes. Has 9 stems, which I think is pretty good.
Here?
Yes.
We do like a multi-stem tree.
This is looking great. This is our final one, and then we'll go back and tweak and make sure we like it. But I think it's going to be awesome.
How about here?
Taller.
Should I take this one or this one?
Take that one.
Take this.
Yes. Yep. And then match it with the one to the left.
Here?
Yes. And now what we have to remember as an audience is that the growth is going to come from the tips.
Yep.
So nothing below where it's cut right now is, well, it will push a little growth, but we'll stay on top of it.
Yes, we will fight back against it.
Yes. So take a look at this carnage.
Oh my gosh. The sun is
And
going
we'll do a little
down.
cleanup. Ooh, it just started to rain, so we'll hurry along. How we doing, Christopher? Look,
Perfect.
I got a bunch
Just-
of willow branches to put in a vase.
Clean this up and head inside.
And this is the finished product. Look at that. And remember, the new growth will be at the tips of these branches, and it'll look like the dappled willow. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be great. What do you think?
I think it's going to be awesome. Well, here comes some rain.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We did get rained out. We didn't get to many other February garden chores, but you know that we will take you along. So join us next time. Again, I'm Eric.
And I'm Christopher.
And we're Grow For Me Gardening.
Thanks for growing with us.